I told myself when I was young, when you're living in the province with no electricity, no water, and you have to walk 45 minutes in order to get your transportation to the school that you are going into, I told myself, I'm going to leave this place and I'm going to prepare a better place for my family. My father is a farmer, so my mother helped him sell the goods that we harvested in the province. And when I entered, my mother sent me to school. My father doesn't want, we are 7 females and 3 male. My father doesn't want to send to school the females for the reason that all females are just getting married. It's enough that they know how to read and write. So the boys should go to the school because they are the man of the house. And I can see my siblings and my sisters were crying. They want to go to school, but we don't have money. So when I started studying, I tried my best. I was an honor student from grade 1 up all the way up. So my mother likes to send me to school because she knows that at the end of the session, she would be coming up stage and giving me a ribbon. And when I got to high school, of course, there's a tuition fee already. And I'm blessed that when I was in high school, I got a 4-year scholarship. So 4 years I have to pay my tuition. But when I got to college, I don't want to stay in the province. I told my parents I want to study in Manila because I know that my career is there. I will not reach anything in the province because in the province they were offering me a scholarship. But it should be for a teacher. Study that I will teach. I know I don't like that. The problem is when I enrolled in Miriam College, the scholarships was already closed. And I have to pay the tuition fee, of which we don't have. And you know what, my mother, she go to the province, she convinced my father to sell the cow that we have. How important is this cow for us? That cow is my father's partner in plowing the field. And that cow is also the one who would carry the water because we don't have water there. There's no electricity, no water. So we have the cariton wherein the cow pulls in order to bring water to the house. And he's so precious, and my mother convinced my father to sell it for my tuition fee. And she was able to do it. She really believed in me that I can do it. So we made a tuition fee for the first semester. And we don't have any, after. So that's the only asset that we have. And I applied for scholarship on the second semester when it opened. And during the panel interview, they told me that if they will grant me only 50%, what would happen? And I told them I will get out of Miriam College and find another school. And after so much deliberation, they allowed me 100% scholarship. So I'm a full scholar until I finish college. And I only pay 12 pesos and 50 cents every semester for the student insurance that they will not go. And my mother really believed in me a lot. So I'm the only child who finished studies without any cut. So I believe she's really my mentor. Who, a mentor is someone who just believes in you, that you can do it. I'm Crispina Lakbay. That's my very full name. And I finished Bachelor of Science in Accountancy at the Miriam College Foundation Incorporated. I've been in the accounting practice for almost 21 years now. I started as an accounting staff in a small accounting firm, and they saw my potential again. The management sponsored me. You go to review, you can do it, you can make it. So I'm reviewing online while working. And sayang kasi kulang lang yung isang point. Yung isang subject, conditional dapat ako. Because, the 4 subjects should be like 75. The 3 were above 80. The other one, 74. So, and the next 2 was really a failure. So, I felt I'm so tired.
That's the third.
That's the third one that I didn't make it. So, and I have one last chance. Because after failing the second time, you have to get a refresher. So the refresher will give you another 2 chances. And I wasn't able to get again the other chance. Because so busy, it's difficult when you're working and you're not focused. You really cannot. Of course, anybody would be disappointed, and I'm also disappointed that I wasn't able to make it. At times, I feel like I'm so bobo. But these thoughts are I'd like to say that they are just temporary. I don't want them to rest forever in my mind, saying that I cannot reach anything. I just grow professionally. Update myself with the current trends, what's the current accounting principle, what's the current tax laws, what's the current memorandum orders that the BIR issued. I just refresh myself with all these things. And guess what? My CPA friends, they even ask me what to do. So sometimes I wanted to tell them, can I just have your license? But when the management saw my potential, they transferred me to the head office of AMA Group of Companies, where I became the roving audit supervisor. When you say roving audit supervisor, it's someone who travels a lot, audit different branches of AMA campuses nationwide. So I've got to travel different places. I was assigned to audit, especially those involved in fraud, because there's a lot of fraud in this industry, especially when the school directors are imposing their own way of collecting fees. We even audit the transcript of records of the students prior to graduation. So that's how internal audit is in EMA. Then after 3 years, I met my business partner there in AME. So after 3 years, we formed an accounting firm by ourselves. Even though we're both non-CPAs, we were able to register a partnership named Lakbay & Company SEC in 2006. While we were in the office, after office hours, go to our very first client to set up their accounting system. This very first client of ours is a law firm. It's Calao C. Selva and Campus, here also in Tectay Tower. Every employer that I was able to employ, I tried to contribute one thing. So for instance, when I am an auditor, I really try my best to see what's wrong with the organization. And I was able to, when I was an auditor, I was able to help the company recover funds from their employees who have long outstanding unliquidated cash advances. You know, I even get death threats on that because there was one big officer, a lawyer of the company, has a big cash advance and wasn't able to liquidate on time. And the president of the company issued a memo and he said, if you can't liquidate it, you'll not receive your third month at the end of the year. You know what this guy did? He called me on the phone and said, Ina, if I didn't get my third month, I'll shoot you. So I can say that is a contribution because they recover funds from idle funds that the company can use. And the systems that I recommend that should be improved, like within 3 days, these advances should be liquidated after the duration of the project, helps a lot when I was an internal auditor. And as a tax accountant, I was able to help one client who had 9 million worth of assessment taxes. They even have, what do you call that? He's about to be imprisoned for that. And when I was able to transact with the IR examiner, get relevant information, explain like a lawyer, you explain that your client should not be taxed because of this and that and that. And you know, we end up paying less than $500,000 for that. And then when I transferred to my company, right now, I transferred that in September of 2009. During that time, we have a tax audit as well. And it's like about 5 million worth of assessment. And by my help to justify, you know, when you know something like professional fee from SGV, for instance, is not subject to withholding tax, when you know it, you can justify it to the BIR and say, oh, you should not assess a 10% withholding tax because this, and you support it. And then, you know what, we were able to pay like more than 100,000. So the company really loved me so much during that time. So I consider that as a big accomplishment because that's when I prove what I can do. And especially in September of 2016 when I was promoted to assume the responsibility of the CFO, they sent me to Paris, France for a 1-week finance training, all expenses paid. So I know that a lot of people are dreaming to go to that place, and I was blessed to be there without any cost on my own. So that I would always cherish and say it's a big accomplishment for me because the company entrusted me that kind of position. I am Christina Lakbay. I am the finance manager of GoFluent Philippines. I am a professional of the future and I am part of the next big thing in the accounting